welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie. I'm a full-time trader, mentor for struggling traders in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin, ETH, the SPX, and we're going to take a look at the DXY. Not financial advice, of course, just the way that I see the market. Sorry that I didn't release a video on Sunday. I decided to spend some time with some family. But I'm back and you will see a lot more of me from this point forward. All right, let's get started. We're going to start out on the SPX today because Bitcoin is following it very, very closely. This first initial move was a three-wave move. The big question is SPX going to be able to produce a connecting wave here? Which means it would rally. Then it would produce a partner leg to the downside, creating a complete correction. The alternative option is that this is all the rally it produced, and it is on its way to produce this partner leg now. One thing I want to emphasize here is take a look at this first leg. We had a three-wave move, a rally, which was the connector, and then a partner leg, a total of 3 corrections. Currently, we are making the first correction. So we cannot just say W, X, Y, A, B, C, done. The market likes symmetry, which means to be proper here, we would need 3, 3, and then 5 or 3 to give a leg, connector, partner leg for this leg's partner. Then at that point we can say WXY. But we can't just end it off here with a Y. Let's talk about this connector a little further. The connector can sweep the low and then rally to a certain degree, and we'll talk about that when we dig into this time frame. So what we're looking at is either connector, partner leg, or partner leg now. Let's take a look at the lower time frame. SPX is either coming down in 3 waves or it's coming down in 5. Once it reaches 3460 approximately, if it bounces in 3 and comes back to the downside, it will make 5 waves, not 3. If it is going to rally, we cannot come under 3271. That is the complete 100% invalidation that it is going to produce 3, 3, and then 5 or 3, making this connector. If it takes out 3271, then we can assume that it is making the first correction of this partner leg now. If you notice on the daily time frame, the RSI has this upward motion, and if it breaks the low here, it will have a downwards motion. This is giving a signal that there's a high probability that it is going to try to pop to the upside to produce this connector. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now remember how the SPX is moving. It had an initial 3-wave move, and the big question is it going to produce a connector here and then the partner leg, or is it producing this one's partner now, which can be a Z wave? The Z wave needs to produce an overall 3-wave move containing 3 corrections. We'll talk about that when we get down on the lower time frame. If it produces the connector by sweeping these lows, possibly, it could potentially get up to 30 or 40K. Just like the SPX, you can notice that if we sweep the lows, we will have this downwards motion in price and this upwards motion on the indicator. That is a very powerful signal on the weekly time frame that we could get the rally to the upside. producing the big connector. Let's talk about what it would need to do to rally. Complete invalidation is $14,051. My bias is that if it takes out 16,000, probability-wise, it will not be able to recover to push to the upside. There is little support underneath 18,600. There is very minor support here that I pulled from way back. 16,000 in my bias is the mark. So if it rolls over and can hold 16,000, sweep these lows for liquidity, there's a good chance that we could get 5 waves to the upside as a flat, or a very choppy wave correctively for a partner leg for this leg, which would be a WXY. Coming to the downside, we would have lower in price, higher in indicator. This is on the daily time frame. That would be enough power to push this to the upside to potentially 30K or even higher, 40K, if it can flip this area to support. Now, of course, on the flip side, there's always the bearish option. Remember what I talked about, that we would need a 3 correction move to get down to a Z wave. We would need to break this up in leg, connector, leg. Coming through 14,000 would confirm that it is making the Z wave or the first leg of a bigger partner leg. It would make the 3-wave move, bounce for 3, and then head down for a bigger partner leg. Let's take a look at the much lower time frame. We are currently in this channel. The bullish option is that this was the end of something, and that it is still going to produce 3 waves to the upside to the potentially top of this channel. Currently, this move is corrective. There is no way to take off bullishly from here. The bearish option is that this leg is the start of something, that it ended in a WXY 3-wave move, and that price is going to break this channel. It could pull back in 3 waves first before it breaks to the downside. It can also give this leg just a partner and create a bigger corrective move here where it wants to give this leg a partner and extend out this corrective move before it heads to the downside. Okay, let's take a look at ETH. Now I have overlaid the counts here. Looks a little confusing, but it's not. We're going to start out with the most bullish option. The most bullish option is that it produced a WXY 3-wave move, and that this move to the upside is a bullish move and it's a wave 1. The move to the downside is going to create a 3-wave move, a wave 2. Invalidation would be this low. It cannot break it. That it's going to hold with a 3-wave move and then take off bullishly. The next option is just like Bitcoin, that we want to produce this connector wave. That the connector will be produced and then it will produce a partner leg for the first 3-wave move. The middle here would be an A wave, pull back for a B wave, and then a C wave to the upside. The same as Bitcoin, it would need to hold support at approximately $1,000 would be the lowest I would want to see it go, and then pop to the upside for a partner leg. And the last option is this 3-wave move to the upside was an X wave, and that ETH is going to create a 3-wave move to the downside, breaking this low, creating a Z. At this point, the market would either rally back bullishly on a bull run, or it would produce another 3-wave move here, and then we would need a partner leg for this entire leg. Something we can deal with in the future. Nothing to get too worried about right this minute. Let's take a look at the lower time frame. It can be argued that this is a 5-wave move or a 3-wave move. The 5-wave move would mean that this is either an A wave or a wave 1. We would want the ETH to hold in a 3-wave move for a B or the bullish wave 2. If it's a 2, it will take off bullishly in an impulse wave. If it's a B wave, it will still take off bullishly to give this leg a partner for the connector rally wave that we want to see. If ETH is headed down for the Z wave, I would see this move as an X wave, and that it is heading down in 3 waves to break this low to head down for that Z wave or a bigger wave to the downside for a bigger partner leg. The same as Bitcoin, it's traveling in a channel. There's 2 ways we can look at this. The bullish option is that all of this was a W, X, and it's still headed to the top of the channel for a Y. Once Y is complete, it has 2 options. It can either make a connector and then try to make all of this a partner, or it just heads down from that point. The bearish option is that it's created a WXY and this leg is the start of something, that it's going to pull back, not breaking this high, and head downwards. All right, and last on the list is the DXY. Notice the bearish divergence that it has created here with this upwards motion. I strongly feel that it's a good possibility here that we are coming in either to an ending or to a 3rd wave. That it will create a 4th wave and then a 5th wave to the upside. The more bearish option is that it's ending, that this was the 3rd, this was the 4th, and this was the 5th. Now my bias is that it's coming into a 3rd, but it doesn't mean that I am correct. On the daily time frame, I feel we are in an ending diagonal. We have a 3-wave move for 1, 3-wave move for 2, zigzag for 3, zigzag for 4, and now it is heading to the upside and it needs to make 3 waves for a 5th. At this point, we should see a significant correction. If we do not break this low at $110, then this is creating another 4th wave and another 5th to the upside before we will see a significant correction. These 4th waves, if they are 4ths, the reason my bias is leaning that we have not seen the real 4th wave yet is because this wave 1 and 2 is pretty large. These 4th waves are not meeting time. None of these 4ths hit the minimum time requirement when pulling from this wave 2. That is telling me that the wave 4 that goes with this 1 and 2 is not here yet. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take a look at my website, everything I have to offer. We would love to have you in the Discord, and I hope you have a beautiful day.